Alrighty then. This is good, I think. Don't quote me on that. Believe me. 7 Days to Die. No, the chocolatey content I'm designing today is not made for children. I just need to get it solved. Alright, there we go. And I'm definitely not changing the thumbnail right now because I'm too lazy to do that. I almost clicked on the Brick Rigs logo. That would have been bad. And awkward. That would have been bad. And the Brick Rigs logo and the Teardown logo are pretty similar. In comparison, if 7 Days to Die was sitting between it, just by looking at the color itself, I probably would get confused and end up clicking one or the other if I had them sitting next to each other, from top to bottom or side by side. I probably wouldn't look at them and would completely forget that one is the other. So I'd probably look like a big old dummy, probably clicking on that without even reading anything, because that's kind of how I go by. Alright, I have no idea where I'm at, or what I was doing. That was bad, and that was terrible for an introduction. Was this an introduction? No. What's up, guys? Wobbly Rick here, and we're back to playing 7 Days. Don't know how long I'm going to be awake tonight, so it'll probably span for like a long time. I know school's been out for like a couple of days already. For those of you who have been out of school, what's up? How your summer doing? Oh, I was going to say, did that dude just eat a bullet? Wrong Magnum? Let's skip that for a minute. Who else be out here? What the? Did you fall from the sky or something, my dude? Oh my god, his head is weaving all that. Yeah, that dude definitely just spawned in, but fell like 10 feet from the sky and then landed on his back. So, yeah, he totally just fell from the sky like eggs. Come on, mini bike madness. You don't take any stamina at all to drive, thankfully. Oh wait, I already started stamina. I don't even know why I slowed down. Alright, let's keep rolling. I was literally feeling tired, but I ate like, earlier today I ate like a massive piece of like pineapple upside down cake. A little Florida dish, which was called, I think it was pineapple upside down frying pan cake or something like that, because that's what it was called initially, and it came from Florida, apparently. And no, not the Florida Keys. It's from, I forgot what part of Florida, but it was inside of a scrapbook. So it was like a scrapbook recipe, according to its history. Another one just spawned in randomly and fell like 10 feet. Alright, I guess we're looting the old random house out front. What's wrong? Engine trouble? Alright, let's get back to the starting line. That reminds me. If I wanted to, I could play the Nintendo 64. However, I would need to get the authentic controller thing, because, man, it does not work too well using a newer controller to play Nintendo 64 games today. And that's just telling you from experience. Okay, that window is clearly broken, but seems to be treating it like it's still functional. So let's just smash our way through the door. Hulk smash. I'll take that. Oh no. Well, how saddening. Instead of falling into the pit where I'll probably get the crud beaten out of me, let's just go ahead and smash our way through here. Oh yeah! Oh, I guess I didn't have to do that. Oh wow, thank you. I could have used some extra material. Goldenrod. That's good. Ooh, backpack. If I had fired through that with the Magnum, I probably would have destroyed the bag. Just FYI, for those of you who don't know, using a Magnum, I think it doesn't matter if you have armor-piercing rounds or straight ammunition. There's a pretty good chance that shooting a Magnum through a block will go straight through it and pierce it anyways, even with regular ammo. And you have a higher likelihood of destroying loot with a single blast. If you want to have something that's compact and useful, using a handgun to go through wooden objects would probably speed it up. Man, using this Magnum sure does seem more like a lucky item than anything else. I should probably be collecting springs, more specifically. Look at that. Nothing behind me. Alright, no squigglies. No wigglies behind me. That's good. Good, 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 good. Takes 6 rounds to go through that. Well calculated. And I know what some of you are thinking. Do I use iron tools or steel tools? And then I have unlocked some steel tools. I just don't have the crucible, which is required to craft them. However, I have looted and found some steel tools, like their parts in general, but no steel at all. So there is like a downside to it. Although I have the material, which I think I have just under enough to make a single steel tool, but not enough to subsequently have the steel tools, like a full set, and much less to have a decent full set of steel tools. But it all works out. Either way, no biggie. If you're wondering if I put anything into the Lucky Looter perk, I think I only put one skill point into Lucky Looter, and the rest is entirely reliant on the pair of goggles I think I'm wearing. I don't know, I'm not even wearing them, so I have basic Lucky Looter perk. Like basic 1 point. Alright, kiddo. You can go to sleep. Take a bit of a dirt nap. Oh, well, that was a little bit gruesome. I didn't expect that to happen. At least not like that fast. I expect it to take like maybe 1 or 2. Well, it wasn't that big, but there was some useful things here. Not a lot. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm complaining. As long as I can grab some items or extra loot, this works out pretty good for me. There's nothing hidden. Alright. And since I have a mini bike outside, I'll collect the cement and use it for trade. I'll probably keep half. So if I get 3,000, not in total, but if I get a pile of 3,000, I'll probably keep half. Or keep 1,000, trade off 2,000. Just unprocessed material. However, I do need a cobblestone. More than anything, because if you make flagstone, you can upgrade it only once with a set of cobblestone, then drop on up to concrete mix right after that. Hopefully one of these traders is selling crushed sand, so by the morning it works out. If one of these traders has to have a lot of crushed sand on them, I'll definitely take it from them. I almost found the iron pick, but I left that back home. So I just have to bash rocks here. Alright. These splints might be good for resale. And I keep forgetting I can stream directly to Twitch now, but for some reason I don't do that. No idea why I don't. I think it's because of a different set of... I think there's a different set of rules when streaming to Twitch. I think it's either more monetization or it's more censorship is on Twitch. I can't remember which one in particular it was. Looks like I'm gonna have visitors soon. I'm gonna eat all the food instead. If this guy is screaming that he's starving, I might as well eat it all. I was gonna stay there. Only worth like 1 piece. If you're wondering why I just do that, like fire around at anything with glass, is because I don't want to waste my time taking a swing at it. I was like that. The tradable materials. Don't have the recipe to make antibiotics or painkillers using the moldy bread. There. Although I missed all that, that was kind of bad because the ammunition is hard to come by. Well, not the 44. It was 7x62 was hard to come by for me. In fact, it was the least found ammunition that I had at the time. Yeah, might as well take the moldy bread. It keeps giving it to me. So, it's either a blessing or a curse. Oh, close. Wow, I didn't realize how close she was. She's gonna come all up to me with breath. Man, she probably didn't even brush her teeth. That reminds me of something when I was younger. Toothpaste. It's good for your teeth. In some cases. Was not good to my teeth, even though I did use it. But then again, I needed to see a dentist when I was young. Are my teeth perfect? No. But do I brush them every day? Yes. Oh wow. The entirety of the attic was rigged for me to fall straight to the floor. I wonder if I fell from up here, I probably would have broke my leg. I could have broke my neck. Mine too. Oh, whatever's up here. Knock, knock. Anyone home? Well, someone is home. Golden eyes shoot them. Because, you know, it's kind of how you point the gun. If you ever played 007 GoldenEye, you would know that they're literally shooting guns like this in the game. And if you wanted better accuracy, you would literally have to press the L button or the R button on the remote. Wow, wow, finally a decent iron shovel. That was, it's like, roughly hard to come by. Go ahead and get rid of the nitrate powder. I wonder if my current level 6 shovel still outclasses it, even though that's a level 5. Steel tools and some motor parts, scrap wheels. We'll take the motor parts. Important. Steel sledgehammer parts. Those are just like slingshotted from one side. So it's kind of basic. Okay. I'll have to come back up here. Oops. Nope, I am not going to activate that. Because I've already messed up like 4 times already. Around the last stream I messed up again and ended up activating the mission before I went downstairs to a specific location to grab more loot. So it kind of ruined my own chances at getting some new items. Quite possibly newer weapons or newer schematics. My current armor setup is a bit ragtag, meaning that it's not completely one set entirely, but I do have most of like one particular set of armor. Oh, looks like the military stealth boots mod decided to despawn. Thank you, tick rate. The complete opposite of what I wanted. Found a handgun. That's good. I can scrap that for whenever I want to build a stronger Magnum, which probably won't ever come around. At least not now. Now that I've looted the entire building. Entirely. Go ahead and Kool-Aid guy smash my way through the building again. Okay, it's an iron spear, won't need that. Get rid of the robotics parts. The crossbow, get rid of that. The military boots. Useful item, but if it's not the military stealth boots, it's not so very useful. at it. There we go. Gonna go ahead and scrap that for 3 handgun parts. Go ahead and scrap the boots for armor parts. Check the mailbox for any books. No books. Okay. I guess I'll take the vitamins. I don't want to catch any diseases while hanging out in here. You never know. Mold and stuff. Need to put away the ammo though. Take the iron shovel out. Put that in there. Got plenty of murky water back home. 7x62 can hang out in there. The duct tape, I might come across more of that. Okay, everything else is fresh and clean to go. Somebody else decided to spawn in on the side of the building. Yeah, they did. Subsidiaries. I think this one I haven't read, so I'll read it. It might be a lucky dev and I have to decline that. Something else is coming up. Okay, now I gotta read that again because that was definitely gonna roll up on me and kind of ruin it for me. I got a little treasure hunt to get onto. You find this note, this may be a lucky day. I have been bit by one of the creatures, and the fever has taken hold. I don't have long, but the last I could do before I turn is help someone, anyone, as God would want me to if there is still a God. So I leave you with this map to one of my many buried supply chests. To a new life. Sarah. Well, Sarah, wherever you may lay, I will go look for whatever junk you put away. And may whatever your endeavors be, or whatever it is you're doing now, be too bad for you. May be put to rest, and may someone have mercy on thee. And yes, I do know Sarah's not real, for anyone who thinks I don't. Sarah's a fictional character in the game, but it's never wrong to have a bit of remorse. Okay, there's not notes there. Well, may Sarah feel a joyous, sweet release of life, and not wander the aimless void after transforming. Oh, that might be her right there. There. Oh, holy crap, man. And Evelyn, you deserve the most physical beating. Oh man, dude, that face was just... Ugh. Oh man. Man, I've been playing this game for like a while already, and that still freaks me out. That really does still freaking shake me up. Even after all this time of actually trying to like enjoy the game and play it, it still shakes me up. I don't know what is it. The fact that I missed, or the fact that he was just standing there and it just like completely blew past that he existed in the room. I can't figure it out sometimes. The bones make glue. I won't have any use for any of the wrenches since I won't be able to sell them to the trader that lives in this area. Or the other guy. They won't accept any more of those wrenches. Like loading them up on bread. Worth a shot. Let's see. Still scary. Not very useful what I found in there. Either way, go ahead and tear it apart. It will definitely benefit me. If you're experiencing any lags or any quality issues, changing the YouTube quality, I guess it's not a slider, but changing it from auto might actually help. Because the quality thing, where it goes from automatic, it tries to automatically adjust the data flow by changing the resolution. So if you change it from automatic and change it to a different setting, you might experience something different. Or have a different quality experience. Oh wow, now that I look at my own stream, it does look a little dark around the edges. But it's not television. I think something is about to happen. Yeah, that'd probably be terrible. If you like stay awake for several days and then just like in a zombie apocalypse, like you're awake for several days straight because of what's going on. And then you think everything is all good, you'll be fine. And then all of a sudden you just start blacking out because of the lack of sleep. It would probably be the worst time to all of a sudden just collapse from lack of sleep. Because you never know. You might not wake up. Should create more repair kits from down to 3, judging from that slider. Let's see. Just here, break that down into glass. Break this down. Over here is where I need to go. Create 3 repair kits. That'd probably be the worst moment in anyone's life. Your body forcibly making you going to sleep or blacking out. Where you don't want to be. Blacked out at. That's actually happened to me before, blacking out without wanting to black out. But because you're awake for so long, or you're overexert yourself. You just like black out because your body says it's time to rest. That could be one of the worst experiences you will have in your lifetime. And in a zombie apocalypse, probably would rather be on a roof with no roof access if you wanted to live. But at least on a roof, they're down there and you're up there. So, you know, nobody can touch you as long as you know the roof is clear and you're all by yourself. Alright. It's coming along well. Sorta. Says I have too many cucumbers. Go ahead and dump this in there. Yeah, not a lot of cobblestone out of it this time. Put away the lead. No pipes. Won't need any bandages, I have plenty on me. Guess the acid can hang out in here. Alright, next best thing to do would be to clean up house upstairs now. Okay, now I can double loot the building. Oh, lucky goggles. Loot bonus +4. Loot bonus +3. These are better. So that can get traded off. That could prove to be bothersome at the moment. That thing better keep its grubby hands off my bike. Oh, it's definitely on the roof. It ain't getting to me. Oh. Oh, sorry. Ain't getting to me. They're trying to ask me for tree fitty. Don't need that. Did I get that? Yeah, I did. Okay. It's time to go ahead and leave the building. I'm sure whatever that is that's outside is going to meet me on the other side anyways. Alright, loser, come off of the roof. Unless you actually crawled into the house. Loser. That works. Okay, no random items, no extras. What's in here? Some of what I'm looking for and some of what I'm not. But not suffice. Well, not everything has to be suffice. .5% bonus damage. Also gave me a little extra XP too. So that's pretty good. You really just do all that to jump over a rock. Should probably put the extended barrel mod on this thing. As soon as I figure out what material it needs. I could probably get better range. That reminds me. There are perks to working for a company called DICE, the company that makes the Battlefield games. There is some special in-game weapons or particular special in-game camouflages that are available only to DICE employees. Some people prefer the special in-game type of things like, what was it called? Some people prefer special in-game camouflages. Some prefer the special in-game weaponry that is only available to DICE employees. Just about every game that was made by DICE has at least between 1 and 5 special in-game items that are only available to DICE employees. So it's like 1 to 5 things. 2 of those items may only be available in the story mode, and the others may only be available for multiplayer. Because I remember that in Battlefield, I think it was Battlefield 4, the Silenced 44 was an actual thing. There was also a thing in Battlefield 3, a Silenced 44 Magnum. Kind of reliable for an out-of-the-ordinary item. I forgot what else was available, in particular having to do with all that. Anything that goes in this chest you see me throwing these items in, I'm going to sell. I wasn't going to keep until I could find an actual use for them. Just gonna hang out in there, I guess. That can go in there too. Goldenrod, water. Glass, I need to use that for optic creation. I don't find a lot of vitamins, but I do find a lot of cement, as you can clearly see. I have lots of that, but I am lacking in other categories. Go grab the other items. In a way, I am satisfied I did buy the Magnum from one of these salespeople. But later along the line, I ended up finding a 44 Magnum schematic. I can now make level 4 handguns, which is pretty good. There is a downside to it, but it's not that big of a downside. That way, the acid is useful for something, I just can't remember what. Oh wait, the armor parts can stay in there. It's the gun mods I'm trying to remove. Not what I wanted to put in there. That makes a lot of sense. Need to take the lead out. The brass needs to come out. I don't think I need anything else. Okay, it's just straight down to the forge. Not sure how long this tree fort's gonna last me. I call it a tree fort because it's mostly made out of, well, it was mostly made out of wood when I found it. So it's not a very in good condition item. Put away the ear of corn. These are +3, these are +4s. Where are the +4s here? So +3's gotta stay there. These gotta stay up here. I don't want to sell these. But those I will sell. Each one's a little different when it comes to goggles and glasses you find. Each one has a different perk. Or perk up attachment, meaning it has like better stats. Just remember the ammo doesn't go in there. Put another motor in here. Might build a car. Assuming I have everything for it, that is. I doubt I do. Like the level 1 leather armor set. I'm better off scrapping or selling. Really depends. I mean, every piece counts, right? Equals 23. Let's modify that and throw those on there. Equal 50. And it is worth 128 by itself, so yeah. Not much of a booster. These are worth 313 by themselves as well, so definitely not much of a stat booster. Or price increasing. We'd probably be better off selling the mods by themselves. If I was trying to pretty much make up for revenue. $470, so we'll make 50. 450. I'll spare myself 20 stones for repair. Oh man, still haven't found a better shotgun schematic. Go ahead and repair that. Which means I can get rid of this sledgehammer now. Even though I found it, I'm not going to keep it. So this goes on the chopping block as well. 15, 30, 63, 20, 48, 556. So this has -1, -4, -6, -4, which is good on a stamina class, and +2 attacks a minute. So I have this one versus well, I don't need a repair kit to even do it. That reminds me, there used to be negative side effects to using repair kits in the game back in earlier betas and alphas, whichever one you want to call it. There was negative side effects to it. Using repair kits used to degrade the quality of the item you have. And I guess it's because it was a little more realistic at some point. Don't know why I'm holding on to that if you can only find treasure once. Although I am a bit tired right now. Gotta fix that out before I sell it. Versus 381. Someone is beating up on my wall. Let's go down with listening. Got another straggler. Okay, that solves that. Probably gonna move the claim block and move everything. I just don't know when or if I'll do it on camera or off. Yeah, that's kind of a mystery right now. I'll do it on or off the camera when I do the whole move. Person acts like they haven't eaten in years. Could make buckshot, but I don't really need it. Go ahead and turn that off. Since that's there, go ahead and make whatever it is I need to make. Oh wait, I still require, what was it called? I still require stone, so. guess that's a no-go. Oh, that's classic. I lost a pickaxe. Yep. Probably lost it. Steel tool parts. Go ahead and take a look at the forged steel. And take a look at what I need for steel tool parts, because I should be able to manufacture a steel pickaxe, grade quality 2, 4 duct tape, 4 steel 15, wood 15, 4 leather, 4 duct tape. Should be able to manufacture that. I'll put the other machine to make the glue. Yeah, that'll work. Can't remember if it was under here. I think it was under here. Yep. Level 3 and level 4 doesn't add anything but more stats to the tool. Level 3. Level 2 allows you to, I think, apply 1. Level 3 equals that. Level 4 is the middle ground, and then level 5 gives you quality 5. Level 4 quality tools, which would be this one, doesn't give you any more slots available. Only level 3 gives you, I think, 2 or 3 slots available. Level 4 quality tools only gives you 3, and to have 4 slots, and you need to have level 5 or I think level 6. I can't remember. I can make paper, but like I want to waste that much resources to make paper. It'd be like platinum magic toenail or something like that. I need 6, so I'm gonna go down to resources. Toss all 9 under. Steel pickaxe requires more resources, but consumes about less, or more stamina. Consumes more stamina, definitely. Versus the iron pickaxe, it swings faster, the iron one, but the steel one has better durability and a harder hit, but takes up more stamina. Steel axe also sits in the same category, so the iron axe, like the fire axe, would probably outclass it a bit. Was it just the iron shovel and the iron sledgehammer level 5 is the only thing I found? I think that was. In retrospect, I don't really think the steel tools are worth it, but just to have it, I'll probably spend it just to have it. The magnet requires forged steel. Could have been a water fight. It's only 2 slots at level 4. So it really wouldn't change anything. Costs 40 to make the M60. It's rather expensive. I think I'm gonna go ahead and hold that back for the time being. That's a crucible. That's the advanced bellows, which allows faster smelting and a few other minor things. Nothing too big. I'm gonna spare over the resources instead of outsourcing them. Can't remember where, but there's definitely a house down here. If I remember the layout, I think that is a house right over here. If I'm not mistaken, if I remember this layout correctly, if I dig right here, I did look at a few layout and schematics of maps on how they worked. It doesn't tell me where all the loot spots are, but it does tell me where I can grind for XP. I need the clay anyways. By the way, I wouldn't call myself a trusted advisor of many YouTubers or popular things, even though a majority of things I do predict do come true. I'll just blasting him off with the Magnum. Should be a lot of infected down here. Park farm, special. Let's go ahead and loot everything I can. We'll drink that. Why did that go back the wrong way? Don't need this. We'll keep that. Already have that skill. Took me a moment to remember that. Wow, look at that. I'll take that right now. Time to go up. Put away everything that I basically just looted. Just gonna put away Find what I'm going to sell. I'm going to keep floating in the inventory. Everything I'm going to put back. Go ahead and prevent this from falling by adding a wooden block to the top. If I'm not mistaken, by adding a wooden block to the top of this, and then solidifying it will hold the box up. Yep. Holds it up. Let's put one under it to stabilize it. I have to have some hit points after all. I don't want it to crumble under its own weight, under a couple of jabs. Kinda close to what I'm looking for. Should be more material. Looks like Trader Joe's is open. Let's go. Definitely gonna scrap the assault rifle. I'm going to keep it. And I'm not gonna sell it back to that guy. And I want to read that since I haven't gotten a schematic for that. And this little hunting knife will come in handy if I ever find any animals. So back in the inventory. That can hang out here. So it's back in there, in there. Actually, I'll sell him this as is. Everything here goes to him. I keep everything up here. The wire tool, I'm going to keep that.
Well, state your business, fool.
It says never run out of bullets again, but brass is more plentiful, apparently, on this map than anything else I have. Now the shotgun or the first aid kits? We'll go with first aid.
I've got just the job for us. What are you standing there for? Don't you have work to do?
I don't know. Talk about rude still. I'll wait till I upgrade that thing to max. It's got a battery bank, that's good. I'll do that. Got motion sensors and it's got some spotlights. I have some wire relays. Maybe gunpowder, important. Chicken eggs. Each one is 27 apiece. Not bad. Cornmeal can also be used for creating, I forgot what it was. It's not a splint, because it's not the wooden one, it's the other one. Improved fittings. This will reduce the stamina cost. Oh look, he has a forge. I already have one too. Grain alcohol is used for something. I'll take that. No bicycle for me. Steel knuckles and military fiber schematics. Robotic sledge. Level 4 versus level 3. This level 3 is right here. It's not worth too much. They'll come in handy with time. I don't think it has anything else I want.
Cha-ching! Thanks, buddy.
Oh, whatever the case be. Still have to knock down that wall before the next upcoming Horde night, or build a stronger definitive defense line. I got another knife. I wonder if I found them. The battery bank in there for the time being. Nope. Put that in there. That was blunderbuss ammo, if I'm not mistaken. Get the gunpowder in there. Yep. Is there a wire tool in here? No, there isn't. There is one right here, so guess that can hang out here. Not what I wanted to do, but that can hang out in here. Aloe vera seeds, don't need any of that in there. We'll have to get rid of some of this stuff, but later on I will. What was I doing? Oh yeah, that. Go ahead and move the mic a little further away from my face. Put that in there, I guess. Toss this out. I think it's gonna lead into a building I've already looted. Not sure. I think I've looted this area already. I look, I've already smashed through here like the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, I have. It's all empty. Alright. Let's get all the rocks I can first. Okay, that works. Okay, so there's like probably a few games I might play after doing whatever it is I'm doing here. Cause I might switch up games tonight for like maybe the first time in like forever. It really depends how I feel. I might end up playing Battlefield 4, the somehow still active video game to play today. Look at that, right there by the TV. Oh wow, I went through all that trouble just to get nothing. Sit down. No bar hopping. Even though that's technically not what that means. I don't want to beat on that then, it's going to take me forever. That's a lot better. You know, it's ironic, but if anybody could hear this stuff that happens in this house, you might be able to hear one of my brothers talking to himself. At least I think it is. I think he's losing his mind from loneliness or something. And he's only been alone for like 2.5 months with no girlfriend. I don't see how anybody can go bonkers from that. Don't quote me on that because I have no idea how that works with some people. I really do think he is going bonkers. And again, it's kind of what he asked for in life. A little funny. I calls it karma. Why I call it karma? It's because he did bad things to people in their relationship. And then he blamed it all on me. So guess they're finally getting to bite him in the butt or something. Oh, kind of funny. I've already been there in my life. Everyone's human. Everyone goes through it. That's trying to be a sick, cruel fate of ironic twist and fate. Hey man, I really gotta do something. Now, I'm not gonna talk about cryptocurrency or anything like that on this channel because that's apparently something that can get you terminated on Google. Well, actually, you can get terminated on YouTube just talking about cryptocurrencies. This is technically a extremely touchy subject, apparently. I'll tell you this, I don't know what makes it a touchy subject, but in my mind, I just wouldn't understand the full picture, even though I have my own money sitting in crypto. Invested in like 1 million, I think it was 10 million in some kind of like 10 million coins for like, I think it was a little over 1,000. Something like that. Some kind of new starting company. And it's not Dogecoin's rival, Shiba Inu, which is supposed to be the Dogecoin killer. Most cryptocurrencies are controlled by controversial markets, which are controlled by the Chinese. So most cryptocurrency is controlled by China. These cryptocurrencies are blockchains, and the blockchain idea has been in full loop, and when I say full loop, I'm talking about full loop and service, and it's been around for a while in China, crypto. So it's really nothing new. It's just all of a sudden people want to take off and purchase crypto by today, when crypto's been around for a while. Before Bitcoin was a cryptocurrency, China already had a couple of cryptocurrencies already on the market, but they weren't like known in existence to American citizens at the time. And you would really have to educate yourself. And at that time, you would have had to have been able to understand and read Chinese in order to know that cryptocurrency existed. A language that is incredibly hard to master and to understand. Now, here's the confusing part. Mandarin Chinese is an incredibly hard language to master and can even take up to 10 years, at most, for the average person to fully master and understand its general meanings, gestures, and phrases and sayings. So, it's one of the many languages that are very hard to understand in the world. There's also another language that has, and this is a language that is from Africa, that only people who know it and would be able to understand it. I haven't seen my friend Hermes in forever, but him and his sister, his mom, his grandma, they can all speak it. It's a dialect that isn't even spoken by foreigners. And he said it to be nice. They don't speak that language around foreigners because they don't want people knowing it. It's like a very enclosed dialect. There are so many languages that people in the world keep secret. These languages are very abstract and obscure to the basic mind. But in order to know them, you would have to be born from there. Being born from there does qualify you to know it. However, for someone to want to teach you is the hard part. Because even if someone knows it, they might determine you not worthy to learn it. It's mostly because of trivial things like your background, your family's history with the country, how long your family's lived there, stuff like that. Some people gauge learning these languages based on the time your family has actually been around in the country. Or alive, to per se. It even determines by family tree of origin, stuff like that. Some people refuse to teach people whose family hasn't had at least 6 generations inside the country, living, never left. There are weird requirements for some people to want to teach. And some people don't want to teach these languages because they're just lazy and don't want to do it. Because, let's be honest, they probably come across hundreds of people asking them if they know the language. And they probably don't want to teach the language if someone's so terrible at it that it would take a miracle for them to know it. Or to be able to fully grasp it. And I wouldn't blame a person if they didn't teach someone because of that particular reason. Like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. You get what I'm saying? It's like that situation. I can lead the horse to come drink the water, but it's not going to drink it. It's not like you can use brute force. Oh, I'm going to put this firearm on the side of your skull, horse, and you better drink that water if you know what's good for you. The horse isn't going to know what you're doing, so it's going to know you got something against its head. However, it will remember that, and probably kick you as soon as you turn your back. There is another game coming out based off of a game series I liked playing, which was called Dying Light. Dying Light 2 will be coming out, and for people who gradually enjoy playing that game, I forgot what it is, but might be slim chances of getting early access keys up to like 1 week. Early access before the game's initial release for content creators. Don't quote me on that. Again, it's like slim to none chances or odds that ever happen. But if it ever should happen, then it will most indefinitely make people's day. I'm a big fan of the game because I've played like an incredible amount of hours of it. But like due to indifferences with communications in my own mind and stuff like that, I can't make up my mind if I want to keep the game or get rid of it altogether sometimes. And believe me, I'm pretty sure Steam doesn't mind taking away my money just to buy the same title I threw away. However, I have had a strange letter from Steam because they tell me that they feel bad that I'm repurchasing the game after not playing it for several months. Because, you know, they're basically taking money from me. It's like farming. And they tell me they feel bad and stuff like that. And I understand Steam not wanting me to blow money on a game I'm gonna not want and then want later. It's like so good. The game is so good, and believe me, the game Dying Light is so good in comparison with this game. There are qualities that Dying Light does lack, which is, I guess, being able to add more predictable mods to like your weaponry, which makes it a little more interesting. Some of the weapon mods are like, I guess you could say it would be like Dead Island quality mods, and it is cool having electrified blades and stuff like that, but there are drawbacks to like some of the modifications in the game initially. It leaves like lackluster imagination to what you can do. 7 Days to Die also has a good modding system for weapons, but again, it would have lackluster, lackluster modification availability. Although 7 Days to Die adds a bit of more of a realistic spin in some case, but not entirely. A realistic spin-off. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm gonna use these. Has no stamina, and I can use it as much as I want to. However, it only does 20 block damage when it comes to this particular material. I think around level 6, it'll deal way more damage. But because it requires no stamina to use, it's more or less a more useful item. Because, you know, you never know if you need the stamina to run away from the enemies. Okay, let's see. I think that would be everything, including the rifle ammunition. Okay. Go ahead and eat that. Whew. Alright, this would be a successful double loot run. I would definitely love to get an early access key to Dying Light 2. Definitely love to receive an early access key. Take a look at a rough sketch of a demo or something. I think an early on look of a demo or something would be amazing. The price for the game is rather steep for some, but in my case, I guess I wouldn't call it steep since whenever it came to games, there wasn't really any limitation to what I wanted to grab from them, or what I wanted to buy. That reminds me, today's the 9th, which means the internet bill is due by tomorrow. I gotta make sure I pay it. It's gonna take a while though. I'm in the middle of this somewhat interesting live stream. Well, maybe for me. I'm not sure if it's interesting to anyone else. If it is, I would be shocked. There, so that way I'm never without light. The old beacon stick out. And I can customize it by putting I think it's the nail mod or something like that on it. Go ahead and make 2 more duct tape. Oh, I guess I made 4. Okay. Let's go ahead and make 5 repair kits. Go ahead and repair that. So leave me with 9 for reserves. Not a lot. While that sits in limbo, let's go ahead and reserve the trader. I guess I'll go ahead and attach the last mod and then flip the baseball bat for profit. By the way, believe it or not, if anyone is wondering, if you're wondering how Morgan Freeman does his voice thing, it isn't his natural voice. This took his natural voice and a bit of a voice synthesizer to make it unmimicable. So even if somebody did want to copy his voice entirely, they wouldn't be able to. It's a bit of voice synthesizing inside of it. Doesn't make his voice a synth voice or whatever. However, there is a bit of audio modification so that people cannot copy him form. He was very smart for a man of his age. The particular last mod, this one's 64 and this one is also 64. 20% to cause bleeding, 40% without power attacks. This one says each successive hit lowers enemies' armor rating by 20%. Can be installed on clubs. Well, this works out. Just trying to figure it out. I have one water purification mod, which is rather sad. Well, I can scrap those. I'll go toss those. Thing down here. Down here, put away the lead. Go back to the mini bike. Okay, let's go back up here. What do I need to go to? Be in here. Gunpowder. Okay, I have a little too much of something in here. So I guess take this one out. Take the glue, I don't know what it's doing in here. Blueberry seeds, need to remove those. The green thing out here, turn those LTs. Red tea. And that away. Oil shale. Very important to put away. Paper. Don't have a lot of it, but I do have some. Beaker can come with me. Glue can hang out in there. Goldenrod. 14 of those. I'm going to sell the ones I have in the inventory right now. I have 10 beers. 220 would be the max total for all of them. You could choose. Very important to keep that. The red tea. Beers are good if I want to do bare knuckle brawling with the undead. And since I forgot what perk it was. I can drink them and I have blurred vision when I fight them. So for 50 or 55 seconds, it's like a decent boxing match. Don't need bandages. I don't know why they're in there. Painkillers, I think, are required for first aid kits. Sour steroids. I'll sell that. Goldenrod tea. We will keep these in there. Got almost everything that I need. Take these bandages and sell them all. What about that? And I can go in there. I can go in there for now. Nope. Nope. So I can attach to this. Just repair it then. Got 8. 10. Need 3. Take. Get that back. Right, close that. Let's go ahead and head back to the trader. In just a few moments, I'm going to begin the process.
Yeah, what do you
Switching
want?
over.
Great, here you go. Don't spend it all in one place.
More piercing ammo. More damage against armored targets. Craft 9mm AP ammo. Or better leg armor. What do I want? Better leg armor? Or do I want Pistol Pete Volume 6? Better leg armor, or I think I already have better leg armor already on. Clear inventory. Here you can have the smack ball back. You have the goldenrod.
Cha-ching! Thanks, buddy. Let's make a pact. You do some word of advice. Next time, bathe before you come to a job.
Right, if they had working hours, I would, dude. Just gonna go ahead and accept that job. I'm probably going to change the title of the stream pretty soon. Whoops, forgot I got something roasting down here. Nothing here, nothing mixing there. That's good. Let's go ahead and grab that. Put these in there. I'm gonna go ahead and eat the meat stew. So cover some thirst and a pretty good chunk of hunger. Alrighty then. Oops. Need to move that. That's a selling substance. Cash in there. Alright. Got one more thing to do. Going to go grab that airdrop over there. got a lot of gas in this thing, so we'll do that. Those who are wondering, the next time Horde Night swings around in this game, I will likely not be staying over at my base. Fun fact about the robotic sledge or the robotic turrets, in order for them to be active, you technically have to be standing next to them. So it's like being a parent standing over a dawdling child. I never actually looked at one of these up close. That's so cool and convenient. The only thing is where is all this supplies coming from? An ergonomic grip. Fortifying grip, I think. This one will reduce stamina cost. But pretty good junk. Still haven't completed that challenge since I think it's still active. I'm going to complete this next mission, which is clearing some zombies. I'm assuming I haven't looted the building yet. If I have, I'll just refresh the loot the building. I got a 6 minutes remaining, well, yeah, 6.5 minutes or less remaining on a stamina booster and health boost. Eating the meat stew. I wasn't ready for that one. At least in my next encounter I'll be ready. I hope this microphone is on, because the last time I was streaming, this microphone was not active. And I could tell because I wasn't getting any audio feedback by looking at my stream through the device. And I guess it cut outside at some point, the audio. Don't know when or why, it just cut out for some reason. Still don't fully understand why yet. Probably don't want to. Because it might be more mind-boggling than normal. On the upside, I am looking for a standard paying job. So streams might come less, or depending on how the work hours are going to be. Streams might be less, or they might increase depending on the hours I'm going to be working. Kind of ironic. Also consider it a bit underwhelming. Just an FYI, I haven't had a job in years. So that will turn out for me. It probably will not turn out too well, since I haven't been able to find a job for years. And believe me, I do search. It's just the odds of getting a chance to prove that I can do it is so slim to none that most employers overlook my application upon acceptance. And then they ask me about my job history, job references, and then I just tell them straight up, I'm not gonna lie to you, but this would be my first attempt at working on something else. I tried going for the Marines the past few months ago, and the guy said I was better off doing retail. Well, sadly, I can't do retail. I'm so socially limited that it would become incredibly irritating to be talking to people every 15 minutes of my life. Believe me, I've tried changing it before. My attitude, my mindset, everything. But I learned that I was really not a people person. And I didn't stand there and let people abuse me either. Or talk all that mess, as one girl told me. Because, man, like, when people see me, they seem to abuse the crap out of me. Especially when it comes to the words. I'm nice and everything, but I get severely abused by the general public when it comes to retail. And people still haven't changed their ways with me. Even though I've done absolutely nothing to them. But later on, when they're sitting in the back of a paddy wagon, or are being questioned by security why they flipped out like that, they always give the same answer. They don't know what made them flip out like that, or say all those nasty things. They just said they took one good look at me and all of a sudden were immediately infuriated. I don't know what makes me so infuriating to people, but it seems to be a very weird thing about me that makes me infuriating. Like, I could be standing there looking like a dummy, and if you had seen me in real life, you'd probably become incredibly infuriated. Just like the experience I had going to a public park. I was there by myself for like an hour and a half, not really doing anything, but looking at nature and trying to enjoy myself. The next thing I know, I'm being tackled by police for some out of the ordinary reason. I guess someone didn't like that I was there or something. I don't know what it was. I was just staring off into space, enjoying myself. And yes, this is actual real things that happened to me as I was growing up. Can you imagine being 16 years old and being at a public park and then being tackled by police for some ominous reason that isn't accurate? Like, I was waiting there for like hours for somebody to show up, and the moment anyone that I knew that was like I was waiting for, the moment that person showed up, they had just shown up and police were tackling me. And they asked me what did I do, and I said, I didn't do anything. I just been staring off into space, listening to music, and waiting for you. Which is why I don't like going out in public. If you ever do see me in public, I will tell you, I don't like going out in public because of how poorly I get treated. And I, again, still have no grasp as to why people do that. Or why I'm just so much of a hateable subject for people. And nobody ever seems to give a straight answer whenever they're asked by police or anything like that. So, why they're like that, why they thought like that, or anything. Nobody ever gives a more accurate answer. I don't do anything. I can see me staring off into space, sitting there listening to Linkin Park on my little speaker. And I've had the little speaker since I was like, well, I've had it since I was like 16, which is when I bought it from a pawn shop. It was like $8. The guy sold it to me for $8. And within about a week, I had the speaker putting out Bose quality because I decided to tinker around with it, replace the battery that it had in it. It was some cheap little Polaroid speaker. And that wasn't even the company that manufactured it, Polaroid. And that is accurate what I just told you. The little company that manufactured the little speaker was Polaroid. I tinkered around with it when I was 16, replaced the battery with a much more better battery. The battery that it had in it was a small little lithium-ion battery, and believe me, why is it leaping forward? Not even doing that. But the little battery that was inside of the thing was not even a lithium-ion, or I guess it was, but the battery that originally powered it was, and Well, it was about as big as a little RC helicopter that I used to have. The battery that went to it. It was the size of an indoor RC helicopter battery. And it wasn't even 1,000 milliamp hours, the battery that sat inside of it. I remember it being very small and inefficient. And the speaker I currently have has, I think, an 8,000 or a 10,000 milliamp battery, and it's a round battery. It's not like batteries are used to seeing. This one's actually legit round. I have it sitting outside of the case of the speaker. The 3.5 millimeter jack had actually fell off during the soldering process because it was so rusted. I guess the little speaker had some water damage initially before I had it, but either way, it was still very well put together, even if it had some minor damage and a bit of rust. I cleaned it out using some pretty heavy grade alcohol that I had on hand at the time. I pretty much cleaned it up. I also have my concept tube amp speaker that I built while I was still in high school. And this is, I think I built it shortly after leaving high school. That speaker was a concept that I had and it was in parts, but I didn't have the whole concept put together yet, like I do now. The concept speaker came later on, like a few years later. The material that I was going to use to build it came along, and I just so happened to find it, and it was like on the street, but it was made from a crushed speaker that I found off of the street. And believe me when I tell you that, when I found the speaker initially, the actual parts for it, the speaker that it was coming from was completely destroyed. Like, it had been run over. And I think that's where I got the battery from too. Or I think it was from another speaker. It's rather confusing for me where I got all the parts from. But it does have a bit of accuracy to where I got it all from. So after a little while of research and study, I moved the small battery that I had, the 0.500 milliamp battery. I had moved it to the speaker that I was experimenting with the, what's it called, my concept. And I just decided to make it tube amp, which is what that was. I guess that's what you would call it initially, a tube amplifier or tube speaker. It's a rather odd shape, but it's rather robust. And how else would I be able to paint this picture without making it look like it's made out of, well, actually, I guess you could say it's made out of cheap material since all of it I found was on the street. Except for the material that I used, I actually used it from, I just decided to recycle some old bottle of water or whatever that I had bought from the store. So, the concept is still pretty good. The speaker is loud. And the speakers, like the actual speakers it uses, like, I think I'm stuttering right now, but the actual speaker that it uses came from, I forgot the name of it, but this company is actually very well accredited apparently. It was like a $450 speaker when it came out, and it was a waterproof speaker. You could throw it into the ocean and it could work, but it wasn't made by the company called Beats. I think it was a speaker made in Europe or something, or manufactured in the United States. I can't exactly remember where it was built, the original speaker or whatever. But I do know that it was made somewhere. I need to remember. I'm kind of like dipping into my memory right now. Oh yeah, I remember. It said proudly made in America on the inside of the casing where the battery was for the housing. It was in good condition. The housing where the battery sat, but where the speakers had sat initially, they were kind of crushed and bent a little bit. So it took a while to get the shape restored to some of these speakers. It even had a base function that was built into it. But that was completely destroyed because it was cut across by whatever smashed it at the time. Had cut across that line of fabric with copper combination. It was cut across. So I wasn't able to really salvage that. The copper was most indefinitely salvageable, but everything else was in such bad shape. It really wasn't worth it. The motherboard, which is the PCB it was printed on, that was in okay shape, and I decided to run a few tests on it, and it was in decent quality. Because the PCB is still called the motherboard. Either way you look at it, motherboard describes where everything goes on, the central nervous system of a computer. Oh wow, that guy ate it. But yeah, overall, I would rate the quality pretty good. Oh wow, I didn't even notice this was up here. That was like a last out on extra loot. Assuming there was anything up here. By the way, friendly advice, never use a shotgun in an enclosed space where there's loot. Because I've made that mistake a couple of times while I was playing this game. And I've actually blown up boxes before that I wanted to loot. So I've had that experience. I'm hoping that I find a better shotgun. Or a better shotgun schematic, like the standard pump action shotgun schematic. I'm hoping I find that in here while performing the operation, because it would greatly benefit me. It actually really would greatly benefit me, because then I won't have to worry about some things. This contains a ladder that goes upstairs, and that means that I missed out on 2 different loot spots. Oh. Well, there I go again, screwing up without realizing it. Oh well. Probably wasn't anything good in there. I've actually noticed this is not the first time I messed up when it came to looting. I'll sell that, I think. Any schematics in there? Nope. I'll toss that out. Toss that out. Increase my disease resistance. Jacket. Paper discarded. Definitely use that. Ooh, bacon. Might improve the quality of the meal. Bacon and eggs mod again. Start drinking coffee. This will increase a little bit of fortitude for stamina regeneration. I scarfed down any water because I'm pretty sure that this guy was hungry, so I might as well get knocked out his thirst at the same time. Alright, so if anybody's watching this, what would you rather see me do once I'm done completing this thing? Because I don't play Fortnite because it wasn't as challenging when I first started. Not to mention I got banned for supposedly cheating, even though at the time... Well, actually, I don't even know how to cheat in that game. I guess somebody got mad. Maybe there was some freaking developer's kid who got mad at me because I guess I was beating him or something. I don't know, but I lost all those skins. Talking about like, at most like $1,200 in like material that was unlocked and money and expenses like general material including limited skins and stuff like that, all lost. So, talking about a pretty pricey drop on things. Still can't believe I played that game. When it came to Fortnite skins and loot boxes and stuff, I did have a minor addiction to it. But at the time I wasn't playing on PC. I was playing, I think it was it console? I forgot what platform I was playing it on, but Fortnite was pretty good. I think it was back when I owned an Xbox or something. Please, Carl. That was close. She almost knocked my block off. Fun fact, I think there is a mod for this game where you can mod the game, and if you get a concussion or something like that, you can die from having it. In real life, if you get a concussion, go to the doctor right away. Do not wait. Don't think you're Iron Man, or that you can live with a concussion, because I will tell you this now, living with a concussion is not fun. You'll wake up at night or have sleep apnea, or a couple of things. It can even cause blood clots if you leave a concussion unchecked. Painkillers do remove the pain from concussion, but it only takes away minor symptoms, not the entirety of the symptoms. So if you have a concussion, go to the doctors. Don't wait. Just in time, find a compound crossbow. Very important. Yeah. Might as well take the ball medication. Again, if you ever end up with a concussion, go to the doctor or schedule an appointment or go to an emergency room. Telltale symptoms for concussions includes blurred vision, loss of hearing, imbalance, bleeding from the ear, or bleeding from the ear, nose, or bleeding from your eye. These are all symptoms of concussions and injury to the brain. Might as well just drink that. Toss that out. But yeah, that's all I ask. If you have a concussion, don't think you can live with it because you're not going to be able to. Believe me, your body won't let you live with it. Another thing about concussions is also short temper, psychotic outbursts can occur because you'll lose your better judgment when you got a concussion. really will lose a bit of better judgment. Compound crossbow. I could break it down for parts, but there'd be no point in keeping it. Oh, it's not that quality. The compound crossbow, or the compound bow, is actually rather useful. The compound crossbow is nice, but fires cross bolts instead of standard arrows. One has a better velocity and reloading rate, while one has better power and velocity, but with better power, or that does not come great accuracy. When it comes to a crossbow, reloading it takes more time. When it comes to a compound bow, reloading will take subsequently less time. With a crossbow, if you wanted to reload it, you would have to pull it all the way back till it reached the latch on the lever system for the trigger. It would have to reach the trigger latch, and then you would have to subsequently put the bolt on top. To really have any luck with it. No, it's just like helpful advice and from my own personal experience from messing around with crossbows and
Everything's for
compound
sale.
bows.
You think you're pretty smart now, don't you? Here's your pay, Einstein.
Yeah, I am pretty smart, young man. Now give me your brains in a jar. Imagine telling somebody that in real life. And since I got that perk, just holding a magnum to this guy's face should scare him enough to give me more than what some things initially cost. Never forgot to hold it to his face the last time I came here. Fortunately for me, you can't injure the sales guy.
Shit, man. I treat you that good, and you don't even fucking tip me.
Well, I'll tip you. You have the whole tip. Oh, man.
Look, blockhead, I'll give you work, but you better not disappoint. Well, good luck. By the looks of it, you're gonna need it.
I think after a while they do run out of quests, and then at that point you would have to go to an entirely different location. So that is a thing. Eventually they will run out of quests for you to do, and you will have to like probably stop living in the area you're living in because they won't have anything for you. And it would be boring to be living somewhere in the game if you couldn't get any more quests from the guy. Eventually they do have a limit, from what I remember. There are some drawbacks to living pretty close to a trader, although the quests are plentiful. At first, I think they can be depleted. And then you gotta wait a while before something eventually pops up. But then from that point, you'll be stuck making trades with other people, or I think it is other people. You'll be doing subsequent trades with other traders. And then after a while of doing quests for another trader, this trader will eventually refresh. I think it was a bug or something at the time. Not entirely sure about that. I just know that I ran out of quests to be able to do with one peculiar trader. I ran out of being able to do quests with them for a little while. Wasn't permanent, just a little bit. No biggie. Although it was bored. I was bored. So it's possible. Okay, now that I completed that. go ahead and pick up the money or whatever and get ready to sell it to them. If you're enjoying the stream, let me know. If you're not, that's okay too. I aim to try to please, but I'm not very good at that. But I do try my best to make sure that I try to make the experience sound as genuine as possible. But I guess I'm just more or less, this would be more of a camera shy thing. In the sense it would be like that, a camera shy kind of thing. Sometimes being scared of the camera or being live makes it hard to make something sound like you really are genuinely scared of playing a game. Like when I was playing Resident Evil Village, that game scares the crap out of me more often than normal. But my first playthrough of it, which was on launch day, most enjoyable experience I ever had, took 11 hours to get to half of the game, or a little over half of the game, before getting to the massive Heisenberg fight. Was definitely enjoyable. Would I recommend the game? Sure, I would. It was an out of the ordinary experience. There were some things that I didn't like about the game, and believe me, the having to block to avoid being attacked. Now that part of the game didn't exactly work out too well with me. Even though I did get used to the blocking mechanic for blocking, it didn't work out all the time when I tried to block. So I was getting beaten up a lot. And then beating the game on Shadow of the Village mode, the hardest difficulty, and the most annoying difficulty. That was the hardest thing I did in the game. Uber painful, annoying, and I think I legit sold all of my guns, all the items, all the first aid items and everything in one run, so that I could just get the infinite ammo for the, and I think it's called the MPX or something like that in the game, not sure. But it's an MPX, it looks like an M4, but it's not an M4 carbine, it's an MPX. It was kind of weird, but I sold every gun I think I had in the game just to get it to like max stats and then to run around with it. And I think I only saved the Magnum that they had, which is called the Stake, but it's the Wily Magnum. His real name is the Wily Magnum. So it was kind of fun to just keep that in the inventory, and I think I ran around with it for the whole run after that. I didn't have any first aid or anything, so I was kind of like running on crit most of the whole run before I finally got some resources.
No refunds, deal's done. Now beat it, fucker.
So the little MPS assault rifle was definitely worth it, especially when you have the infinite ammo for it. You really probably wouldn't use any other gun. I also spent a little bit of money. Not money, but I think it's like points you get at the end of the game or something like that. I spent a little bit of points to unlock the gyrojet gun, which was the, I guess you could say it's a swing fire type of pistol. It would fire a, I guess you could say it's supposed to be an explosive projectile, like a miniature portable rocket launcher. And because of the speed of the ammunition or whatever, I guess it wasn't possible to put a payload in it that would be, I guess you could say, explosive or something. But if you ever got hit by a gyrojet gun round, it would be like getting shot with a slug, but the slug not piercing the skin. And instead of it piercing your skin, it would hit you so hard it would probably break all the bones around you but not go through you. So wherever it would hit, it would probably shatter all the bones in that area, but not penetrate or go deep enough into your body to penetrate. They might go in to penetrate through the skin, but might still be hanging out. So that was like the downside of the gyrojet gun. A smart concept idea, but it would need to be subsequently larger, the bullets, if you really wanted it to reach terminal velocity. And probably to put an explosive tip on it would probably not be so much of a bad idea either. But you would really need to extend the barrel length on that small gun and make it different. You would probably have to, I guess it would probably have to mimic the same size and shape of the Barrett 50 cal, but be a newer type of gyrojet gun. It even came with there was even a modification for it that came with it. Nice little gun, fun little thing to experiment with. It even came with I think a Mini 41 shaped like casing. It looked like a Mini 41, but it wasn't. It was still the same old gyrojet gun, just inside of its mod case, which extended the barrel length, making it rifled, I guess. So it'd be like a rifled recoilless rifle. And it was like a handheld version, but you were just basically shooting like a blob of lead at somebody. It would still hurt if you got hit with it. It could bruise you really bad. If you're strong, like your body is strong enough and you can take a beating, if you got hit with one of those things, it would probably bruise you up something fierce, but not hurt you or kill you. Most of the ammunition that was designed for it was not really subpar or menial. It was just underrated and was mostly like during the manufacturing process, the ammunition was more or less, and I am going to say it was subpar, the ammunition. Because you can find duds, and like some of the ammo was a dud, or sometimes it would be too rich in the propellant that propelled it forward, they would melt the very gun that it was coming out of. So there was a couple of odd chances that it would misfire or the thrust coming out of it couldn't melt the gun that it was used in. There was that possibility. But with any gun, you know, there's that slim chance possibility that the gun's going to melt in your hand after firing a full clip. I'm sure you guys have seen the YouTube videos where people are like abusing assault rifles and handguns, and they shoot them until they break or they melt or just completely jam up and don't even reset. Like, I'm sure everybody's seen those YouTube videos. Just like see them fire the gun until it breaks down. There is a YouTube video by, I think, the Kalashnikov company or something like that. They call themselves Kalashnikov or something. They decided to fire an RPK and they went to town on that gun and just fired, I think it was 788 or 785 rounds out of that gun before it broke down and caught fire from the wooden handle grip. The finished varnish that was on it, which is the finish for the wood, started to melt, and the gun actually started to catch fire from the grip. And the barrel was a bit warped after like 700 rounds. It jammed up a couple of times right around 600, but it still kept firing consecutively until it finally stopped. So firearms are pretty good as long as you maintain them pretty well, and you could probably go for a good short while if you were shooting without, you know, letting up. But you would have to let it sit there for a while, pray to God that nothing got warped during that process, and hope that the gun still works after you fire about 350 rounds out of any gun today. They say after 365 rounds, that counts as a single cycle for a handgun. 365 rounds before you start having a margin of error of between 1 to 5 inches with accuracy. And that's like before the barrel gets warped beyond like recognition or to the point where the gun just won't shoot the bullet straight. and you'll just have like misfires here and there, or the bullet will have absolutely no guidance when flying out. So your accuracy does degrade with firearms over time. It's quite common knowledge that everyone knows, so it's not like telling anyone anything new. I know that if you go and buy the SIG SAR, also known as the P226, it can go through 350 rounds and it would be one cycle. 350 rounds for the SIG SAR, a reliable gun that's been around the U.S. Marine Corps and its Navy SEALs Corps operations since 1982, which was when they first made it, and 1983 was the final revision. The pistol is very useful and proved its weight in combat, as well as usefulness. However, after 350 rounds, the weapon would have a 1-inch margin of error from hitting its initial target. So, out of most guns, that's like the proving ground of what you would say is, even if you cycled the gun once for 350 rounds and cleaned it out and did all the maintenance, it would still be subsequently accurate even after that. So its margin of error is only 1 inch to the left, the right, up, or down when firing the initial firearm. At least that's what some people have gotten in results. Some people have gotten way different results, but this all depends on gun maintenance and everything. Very reluctantly reliable on your maintenance and how thorough you are. But overall, it only had a 1-inch diameter of margin of error for accuracy, and that's for like every 25 yards after one cycle. So, very good when it comes to accuracy for SIG. However, longevity of survivability, I have no idea. Now, I've seen YouTube videos where people have run over a Desert Eagle with a tank or have run over guns with cars to see if they still work after being run over. Sure, they'll still fire. It just makes them dangerous to fire them because they've been run over. There's like a pretty good chance that the minute you fire the weapon, the slide might pop off and hit you in the face. Sure, the bullet flew out of the barrel, but the slide's heading towards your face at the velocity that the round ejected from. So there's an odd chance you'll get hit in the face with parts. It won't kill you, but it will mess you up. And most people consider their face their moneymaker. I don't know what that means, but I guess it means their good looks is what brings the women around? I don't know. I guess that's why some people always say not the face, and you see it in cartoons when people are getting beaten up. They always say, not the face, not the face. I always see that in cartoons. I've also seen it in real life. People have always asked for no one to hit them in the face. I just don't understand why they don't want to get hit in the face. I mean, I've been hit in the face, and I've been hit in the face with pretty bizarre objects for very small mistakes in life. Like, I've been hit in the face before with an aluminum pipe for stepping on someone's shoes by accident. And even though that I apologized to them, several hours later they came by and hit me in the face because I stepped on their shoes. Like, how is that right? I still apologize to you, but you still held it against me? Like, those are things I don't understand. Gonna take the knuckle reps. Go for a boxing match with whatever I find out there. I think improved fittings could fit on that. Not so sure. I think modify. Nope. Can't be fit on there, but they certainly can be used for something else. Well, as long as none of you have had any kind of bad luck like that, where you've been hit in the face with a pipe within like the past few months, or have been beaten by anyone for abstract, obscure reasons, then you should be pretty good with life. At least I hope none of you were beaten up like that. Man, I got beaten up like it was like the 1920s. I'm not gonna shoot that chicken. Would have if I wanted something to eat right there. Sadly, if you blast the chicken, it gives you steak meat.
Well, if you got money, I guess I can stand your smell.
It's not about money, it's about selling things to you. Well, I guess I can't sell it to you then. Well, you can go to HE
Shit,
Double Hockey
man,
Sticks.
I treat you that good, and you don't even fucking tip me.
Yeah, you can have the tip. There you go. Ah, that joke's gonna get old. By the way, a robotic sledge actually is that massive in real life. If anyone's ever actually seen one, which I have seen one when I was growing up, it was a prototype. Caucasian male dude showed me it. He said it was knocking down the foundation of a home. They had to use it to bash the foundation, a robotic sledge. They even used it to knock down the internal walls of a mansion. They had like 3 of them. He said each of the units cost about $150,000. A robotic sledgehammer that was the size of like 6 people. One of them was massive, and one of them was portable, which was bashing I think it was a part of a load-bearing column, but it was made out of concrete. It was bashing a column that held up the 2nd floor stairs that used to exist, but it was just smashing the column until it broke it down. That took like 8 hours, from what I remember. So robotic sledgehammers do exist in real life. If you ever found one, you would need at least 2 to 3 people to hold them in real life. This video game kind of exaggerates that you can just pick one up just like that and hold it while it launches the piston out, because I'll tell you, these robotic sledgehammers in real life are not lightweight. They weigh like somewhere between 150 pounds to like 600 pounds and up. 600 to about 1,000 pounds depending on the size. But they are not lightweight pieces of equipment. They can weigh up from 100 all the way up to like 1,000 pounds.
Just to let you folks know, the Trader Joel's
So
closed.
they're rather heavy equipment. It's not lightweight. Another thing about robotic sledgehammers in real life is that the maintenance for them is very costly. I mean, it can cost you a fortune if something breaks. If the piston breaks, period, like you're out like maybe $1,000. At most, if the piston broke, you'd be out like about $1,000 or more. I wonder how this would work out if I wanted to beat up a zombie. Let's go find one. Oh, there's one over here. Oh, there's one over there. I thought there was one over here too. But they're probably on the roof. Hey, what's up, Tim? Here, I want you to play with my hammer. That's funny. Alright, get back up. He wants to give you another demo. Man. I should keep that behind me the next time Horde Night happens. Oh wow, this thing really can keep up with him. I didn't really think the sledgehammer turret would actually be that useful. I was like turret up somewhere. I guess they got in the blind spot. Oh, sorry about the hanging, dude. Let's fix that up right there for you. There we go. Is there any more popping out of the blue? Let's go around the chunky lady. Don't want to see them bloomers. Oh look, another one. I'm sure you can see this massive light I'm shining over here. Like a sniper. Yep, right in the face. I don't know how I'm seeing that, but I can. There we go. For those of you who think highly of Russian weaponry, like the Kalashnikov, depending if it's a real Kalashnikov or not, it will determine the quality of the weapon. Not every AK you come across is subsequently in good condition. Remember, this isn't a racial thing, but in the event of a foreign nation invasion, whether it be China, Baghdad, or any other country that's surrounding us, which counts as a superpower, or a subsidiary superpower, which is a much more smaller superpower, which I guess will be a smaller superpower, but isn't recognized by any of the bigger nations as a superpower. Either way, in the event of any foreign nation's attack or something like that, it's always good to research how to use the weapons or how to reload them, and what kind of bullets you should be looking for in the event you want to be able to use them. Why they look angry? Oh, it's Pharaoh. Let me help you. There. That should help you get some Z's. Wow, this Pharaoh must have had some serious armor on his head, because, man, normally their heads would already pop after a couple of blasts like that from something like this. It's like popping a balloon. But yeah, that guy definitely had some armor on him. If I'm not mistaken, that's the sound of a zombie. If you hear that sound, it sounds like an animal, but believe me, it's not an animal. It's a crawler. Or a leaper, I can't remember what it's called. Whatever the case be, it's one of those. They walk around like spiders or whatever. It's kind of weird, but throughout the entirety of this game's creation, they could have added more firearms to the game. But because of the engine that it was running on, it would also probably make it harder. Fallout New Vegas has a range of ammunition and types like 4070 Gov, which is I think a ammunition type that's in the game. 9mm, then you have 5.56, and believe me, none of the 5.56 rifles are worth having in the game. Not enough damage, but you can make a massive quantity of them versus 7.62. Alright. Let's see. Although I will be exiting the game temporarily, I will be changing the title to the game, I guess, to find another one to play. And to do a bit of stretching. So, give me a moment as I prepare myself for stretching. the stream will pause for just a moment. Okay. Oops, forgot to turn off my mouse to clean it off. Over time, it does get a bit dirty. Even if your hands are clean, with time, it does get dirty as sweat collects. Alright, let's see how this works. Sometimes I can find a lobby, sometimes can't. Oh, wait. Ah, crap, not a part of the clan. Completely forgot that I had to log in and enter the password for that server again. Let's see how this one works. Hopefully the quality is not bad. Hopefully it comes in good. Oops, it's like it already filled out. Any friends that I had to play the game no longer play it. Or they moved on to Battlefield 1, which is like for, I think, $5 now. You can buy it at the current moment. I think that's what Battlefield 1 is going for right now. It's $5. And this is a vanilla map. I guess it's vanilla maps only. Okay. Now to get the mouse off of my current setup. And we'll start using a controller. Hopefully I remember how to play. Believe me, I don't know how to play. I haven't played in a long time. So it's going to be a bit shaky, a bit iffy. How I do it might be bad. And there may be some lag or input lag. Hopefully it actually loads in, because it did this before, even with War Thunder, where everything is good on the signal and everything, but connection to the server just would time out in the process of joining. If I'm not mistaken, I guess the rush battle is over if it's taken this long just to get in. The tanks you see there right there are T-55s. Definitely a bit of a rapid approach. Yeah, I don't think I was ever going to see that person there. Look at that, it's over 133 MS. Yeah, it's kind of weird how I have a massive ping limit yet. Good on everything else, but my ping limit is on a massive thing.
Target this objective.
I think it's gonna auto kick me pretty soon. That's a very good likelihood that it'll happen. I'll get auto kicked from the game. I think I blew myself up. Yep. It auto kicked me. It's not like you can fix the ping stuff, believe me. You wouldn't even be able to fix your ping, even if you wanted to. It's actually impossible to fix a ping. Even if their server shows that it's doing good on their end, like, I'll tell you, even if it shows that their server is doing alright and good on their end, it's gonna auto kick you anyways. Hopefully it doesn't kick me. Otherwise, if it does, I'm just gonna quit playing. That made no sense. I got run over by a quad bike that doesn't exist.
Objective Charlie is lost.
我要扔手雷了！
We're taking control of Objective Delta. Lost your relocation. There appears to be an enemy tactic.
是的，我发现了敌军直升机。我看到了敌军直升机。天空上飞着敌方的飞机，
Danger!
敌军
Danger!
的飞机在天上。
Appears to be a hostile tank.
No idea if this is going to work out.
我观察到了反坦克兵。
You don't see the guy to the left of you. This guy did not shoot. Probably lay off of the main center building right there. Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. From that range, he gets a full slender on freaking insta-kill. Come on, even at that range, when I shoot the 870, I don't even get that lucky. You would have to be real close for that to really work like that. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, dude. Thanks a lot. Over a friendly person. Let me go run him over. I'm sure it'll be fine. Asshole.
Objective is on target.
Oh, somebody's up there.
Objective Echo has been neutralized.
Oh, come on, dude. Really? I didn't even spawn in for that. Oh. Like that was an accident.
我的错。
Oh. That didn't go so well. Even for my own taste, that really didn't go too well. Yeah, 6 deaths and 1 kill. Yeah, amazing score. It gave me chump change score. 62 kills and 8 deaths. This guy must be a recon expert. 70 kills, 19 deaths. Another recon expert. What did come? So bad. In fact, I don't even think this is a generally good standing video or whatever. For even streaming. I guess nobody really likes this game anymore. Or maybe it's so old nobody likes to play it. I don't know. Oh, it's very silent. This also looks like a very low res too.
Target this objective.
Why did you keep walking into a rocket fire blast? I don't think I got anything for this. No, it's supposed to be miniguns.
We now control objective Echo. We have lost objective Echo.
No idea what kind of fierce lag I'm experiencing, but I am experiencing it.
Airplane spotted west of where you currently are.
Really? There's something right there.
We've just neutralized objective Echo. Objective Echo is taken objective Echo.
Let's see how this goes.
Men, you keep us. We've just taken control of objective Delta. Enemy helicopter east of your current position.
Зайц, спасибо! Jet вижу!
ET
Я
soldiers,
вижу
close
вражеский
to your
джет.
first position.
I don't think anybody has a cell phone.
I can help you.
Вражескую вертушку видел!
Okay.
We now control objective Alpha.
Okay, it's gonna be my little safety box.
Вижу вражескую вертушку!
This is to inform you objective Echo is neutralized. East of your first position, there are 5 armored vehicles.
At least I did some damage to it. Not a lot. Kind of depressing on that part. Where are all the light armored vehicles at?
My vehicle needs repair.
Oh wait.
East
What was
of your
that?
position, There is an LAV.
Well, that happened. Whoever got that cell phone on it, thanks.
This objective is on target.
Oh, come on, dude. The guy happens to slide right off the rocks, right there. I'm surprised there's no interactive music going on in the game. I think I got an upgrade for this. Nope. Not a one. Compensator, which equals more control, but less accuracy.
Вижу вражеский джет. Мэн, ответь без объектов. Attack this objective. Вижу вражеский ЛАВ.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the LAV can actually handle 50 cal machine gun fire when it can barely handle that in real life. Almost no real dysfunction.
Objective Alpha is now neutral.
How did that happen?
Listen up. Objective Celtic is neutralized. Objective Delta is now under our...
I don't get why it kept swerving to the left for. I didn't even change my line of fire.
Objective F has been neutralized.
Весьма признателен.
Objective Echo is now under our...
Oh, bullshit. That's the one thing I hate.
I need you to defend this objective.
You know, I've noticed they're always blowing up the anti-aircraft gun. I get a little annoying on that department.
Objective Alpha is neutralized.
Fun fact, if you're traveling fast enough with an EOD robot, you can actually kill somebody with it. Just by running into them.
We have lost Objective Echo. Listen up, men. We have control of Objective Bravo. Be advised, I have eyes on an enemy tank south of your location. I've spotted a hostile helicopter, due east of your location.
Вижу вражеского солдата.
Listen up, you lost Objective Bravo.
Geely. Man, it's some real janky ass stuff.
There's an enemy plane east of where you are. Commander is online. Aircraft east of your location. Objective Bravo has been neutralized.
That made no sense at all.
This is actual home area mark. Due east of your locations, there's an enemy boat. Attention, I have ID'd a high-value target. Objective Delta is now neutralized. Let's move! Come on, right now! Go, go, go! This is actual. Thank you. Обороните эту цель. Anti-tank soldier, east of your position.
Okay, let him play this for a minute. After this, I'm gonna have to go ahead and end the stream.
Objective Delta neutralized.
I'll definitely have to edit the title, of course, you know.
Be advised, objective Delta is now under our control. sniper south of your position. Squads, be advised. Priority target marked on your maps. I've spotted enemy sniper north of your position. Thank you. I've spotted enemy light armored vehicle east of where you are. Listen up. I've identified a high-value target. Take him out. I need a repair for my vehicle. There's an enemy chopper east of your location. Listen up. We've just neutralized objective Delta.
Well,
Squads, reference your map orientation. Go east of your location. There's an enemy machine gun.
I'm really starting to get annoyed by the BS crap.